Hi, this is Christine from Gecko Gully Websites. One thing that one of my clients has asked me is how can she add to her WordPress site a graphic that is going to link to another website. So what we need to do is we actually need to add what's called a widget. Now this is the website in question, and down the left hand side here we have a series of widgets. Now widgets are basically small boxes of information, small chunks of information that can be shown on the website. Now to add a widget, I'll just go over here to her admin. We go to appearance, and then under that we've got widgets, and here we've got the place where we can add a widget. By the way, if you've got one of my websites, you should have this video tutorials area, and you'll be able to click on that and you'll be able to see general information about adding widgets. So and this is always kept up to date, so if WordPress changes the way this happens, then those videos should be up to date with the latest version of it. If your screen looks a bit different to this, have a look at that. Now to add a image, we need to go to media and add new. I'm just going to open this up in a new tab so that I can leave that widgets one there. Now I've actually got two screens, and this is my right hand screen, and over on my left hand screen I have got Windows Explorer open, which is where I can get all my images. So I'm going to get the image and I'm going to drag it across to here, and I'm going to let go of my left mouse button, and it's going to upload. Okay, so now I've uploaded the image that we want to make into a link. I'm just going to click on edit. Not because I want to change this, but because I want to get some information out of it. Okay, so the information I'm going to want is over here, but I'll show you in just a moment what I'm going to do with that information. So let's go back to our widgets screen. Now what we want to do is we want to add a text widget, and that's the description of a text widget down here, which says arbitrary text or HTML. So what I do is I hold my left mouse button over that, and I press my left mouse button down, and I drag across to here and I let go. Now it opens up a box where I can put whatever I like in there. Now I'm going to need to get technical on you here, because what we need to do is we need to enter some HTML. So what I've done is I've actually got that HTML ready to post. I'll just paste it in here. Now what I've got here, unfortunately you're going to need to know a little bit about HTML in order to understand this, but the real basics are that we want to create an anchor, which is like a link or a hyperlink. Okay, href equals, and then we put in the link that we want to go to. So in this case, this is the link that we want to go to, all the way from this HTTP all the way down to this 0. All that stuff there is the link that we want to go to when somebody clicks on this. Now we want to go target equals underscore blank, because we want it to open up in a new window or a new tab when somebody clicks on it. Now the next thing we need to say the image source, and I've got two quotes here and I need to fill this in. So the image source is what picture do you actually want to put there. So I'll go back to edit media, and I want this. So I'm just going to select all of that and copy it to my clipboard using Control-C. I'm going back to here. I'm going to put that in there. I'm going to use Control-V to paste it. So that's the full path of the image that we want to link to. And then we go /A at the end, which is to close the anchor. Now I know I've gone through that rather quickly for those of you who are not familiar with HTML, but if you have somebody who does know HTML, or if you want to hire me to do a little bit of HTML work for you, then it's a fairly quick job for anybody who knows some basic HTML. So we just go save, or you can Google it and learn HTML. Now let's go back to the website, and I'm going to hit the F5 button on my keyboard to refresh. And we'll scroll down, and hopefully it will be there. Yes, there it is. Now I've got a little bit of a problem, and that it is a bit too big. So I'm just going to, before I fix that, I'm just going to click on it. And just make sure, yes, it's taken me to I assume that's the screen that she wants to be taken to. So I'll just go back here. So what I really want to do is I want to have this smaller, so obviously it needs to be less wide, and I want it to fit nicely in this area. So what I need to do is I'll go back to my widget screen, and I need to put a little bit more into this image area. So it's just before the closing pointy bracket for the image area. What I want to do is I want to go width equals, now there's two ways I can do this. One is I can specify the exact width and the exact height that I want to make that image, but I would need to work that out like in pixels or something like this. It'd be like something like 200 pixels by 200 pixels, but there's a cheats way of doing it. What I'm going to do is I'm going to say width equals 100%, and I'm going to say height equals auto. I can't remember whether you meant to put quotes around the auto or not. Let's try it with quotes and we'll see what happens. It may be that you don't put the quotes around it. But what that'll do is it'll say, okay, make the width fill up that space and then automatically adjust the height so that the thing's in proportion. If we did it around the other way, if we said height equals auto and width, sorry, height equals 100% and width equals auto, it would make something which is too big, basically. So let's just do it around this way. We'll see what happens. Save. I'll go back to here and I'll hit refresh, the F5 button on my keyboard, and it's worked. Okay, so obviously you are supposed to have quotes around that auto. I thought it looked funny without them. Anyway, so there's that, and I can just click on that and it should still go to that page. Yes, so that appears to be working. Now that widget area in this particular layout for this, I'll just close this. If I want to get rid of it, I hit delete, by the way. So let's just hit close. In this case, there's only one widget area, okay, on this particular website. Sometimes you might find that you've got more than one widget area when you're looking down here. So it's just a matter of experimentation. You can move things around, move them from one widget area to another. Now, if I wanted to move that graphic to somewhere else, I can click on that and I can move it up so that it's above some of these other graphics. But I might just leave that for Michelle to play with so she can move it to where she wants to. The other ones I've got in here are things like Facebook links and things like that. So she might decide she wants it up higher or lower, but she can move it to where she wants to. So that's how you do that. See ya.